What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I've got a very interesting story for you this afternoon. There is a new list available out there of what are being referred to as extreme right or far right emojis, and it's meant to educate lunatics on what kind of emojis indicate someone is a far right, terrible IRL, bad guy. This is common these days. I don't know if you remember, but back when Hillary Clinton, who's never done anything wrong ever in her life and is a saint in every conceivable possible way, back when she was running for president and it was her time and she was robbed by Donald Trump, the Pepe the Frog ADL came out and said, "Oh, Pepe the Frog is an alt-right, whatever." Well, now there's a new list of extreme right emojis that I want to share with you, and I'm going to make sure you share this video so that you too can protect any complete morons around you. That and more after a quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. Here's a wonderful article from the Publica, which I will leave linked in the description. You know, the Publica is an excellent place to check out news, by the way. New podcast finally launching a little bit later than expected, but I've been producing videos there pretty regularly now the last week or so that are dedicated to the Publica. I think I've got a new one coming out a little bit later this afternoon, so make sure you check that out. But that's this story. ARD, a coalition of Germany's regional broadcasters, has prompted backlash on social media after releasing a list of, quote, extreme right-wing emojis. A graphic containing the list was uploaded to the media's company's Instagram. I can already see all these in my... I hear you posting them in the comment sections already. On May 31st, the post was intended to, quote, educate, spread propaganda, viewers on social media literacy, warning them about certain emojis which may have far-right implications. Quote, which emojis have you ever encountered on the... which emojis have you ever encountered in a far right-wing network? The post asks in German. Extremists like to appear young and modern online. This enables them to reach many people. However, you might be unaware that emojis, hashtags, songs, and more are often used to support extreme themes. So let's break down what we've got here. We've got the waving emoji. We've got the red X emoji. Obviously the first one is clearly Hitler. The second one, I'm not exactly sure. The red X one, I'm just kind of guessing now. The frog, obviously Pepe the Frog. Clown emojis. If you've ever used a clown emoji, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you are now far right. The OK hand symbol, which we all know is one of the most evil things anyone can do with a hand. And then a glass of milk. And then also apparently a sheep. I think that's a sheep. Now here's what they say it all is. This is, we truly are living in a clown world, but I can't actually post that because I would be spreading far right propaganda apparently. Among these far-right emojis listed was one intended to convey a student raising their hand. Oh, it's raising their hand, not waving. The graphic stated it could signify a bad guy from WW2 doing the salute. The red X symbol was said to be a replacement for the swastika? I've never even heard of that. While the frog emoji was classified as a representation of Pepe, yay, I got one right, a popular frog meme some claim are associated with far-right extremism. The graphic went on to claim that the OK gesture, used together with a glass of milk, was to indicate a user's support of the supremacy of whites, and that the clown emoji referred to politics that were not far-right. So you can't use a clown emoji if somebody's being stupid or anything like that without being, of course, far-right. The graphic was also used to promote a newly launched podcast on ARD's Audiotech network titled Extreme Right, The Merchant and the State, which premiered its first episode in May. The podcast is centered around the life and trial of Sven Liebig, a far-right influencer who was recently sentenced to 10 months probation and 250 hours community service for hate speech. That's right, convicted for speech. This is one of the there are times that it's frustrating being an American, especially when I just had my entire Twitter timeline full of 70 bazillion votes, guy tripping and falling over thin air. But there are certainly times that our First Amendment, I'm really thankful for that. Less than 1 hour after ARD posted the graphic, the media company issued a statement in the comments warning users to, quote, remain respectful as a flood of criticism and mockery immediately rolled in. Quote, I hope there will be an identical post about the secret social media symbols of far-left extremists because I don't want to end up on the wrong pages, one user wrote. The social media manager is paid full-time by taxpayer money just to post something so absurd, another wrote. The graphic began to circulate on Twitter shortly after and was met with the same derision. Quote, since when has a clown emoji been a far-right extremist symbol? Just ban all the words we use to criticize the woke, columnist Annabelle Shunke wrote. Think about it. Right-wing extremist, so as if you go after foreigners and deny the events that led to the Second World War. I mean, that is, again, what this is a way to silence criticism, legitimate criticism. It's no different than back when, if you say any, you have any problem with the ideas of somebody who happens to be in the LGBTQ community, you're a bigot or phobic. If you happen to, question, any particular, medical advice maybe passed down by a non-medical person, like say Twitter, you're viewed as, some sort of right-wing conspiracy theorist. All this kind of stuff is meant to silence derision, or not silence it, but silence people free thinking. Some German social media users noted also the graphic had been made in collaboration with the Amado Antonio Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to, quote, fighting hate in Germany. The organization was founded in 1998 by Annette Kahane, I don't know, a former agent of the East German Stasi secret police. She has led the organization since 2003. In 2019, a prominent German historian, Hubertus Nabe, detailed that she reported a number of individuals to the East German state for so-called political crimes between 1974 and 1982. Amongst those she is said to have reported are Chilean activists who were protesting against the fascist Pinochet regime, and German actors Klaus and Thomas Brasch. Of course, Brasch ended himself in 1980, 4 years after being deemed a, quote, enemy of the state by this person. I mean, you can't even, this is a well-written article, The Publica. Good job. And I think that's, a microcosm of what you're seeing in a lot of countries that don't have a First Amendment. Even here in the United States, where we do, things can be dicey. Our First Amendment is constantly being impeded. We just had all these reports of, the federal government and all these other three-letter agencies working directly with social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube to silence people's First Amendment rights by, just taking the end around by going to these corporations and saying, well, we probably think we should probably ban this person. We wouldn't want anything happen to you. And that's how they silenced individual Americans' First Amendment rights. Nobody seems to care about that. But this is just another way, and it's absolute clown world material. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of very interesting emojis in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to the channel. There's a button right down below the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. And we'll talk to you again real soon.